Thank you for stopping by Ballistic Barbecue. Obviously, doing something a little bit different today. I hope you guys don't mind. Over the years, I've been receiving requests to do just some very, very basic, like outdoor cooking 101 type how-to videos. And I received an email last night. It was sort of inspired me to do this video. Anyway, it's from Mark L. I'm not going to give the last name. Mark says, "Hey Greg, how you doing?" Doing good, thanks Mark. 2 weeks ago, I received a Primo Oval XL from my in-laws, wow, for my birthday. Happy birthday, and how cool is that? Did my first cook last night, and although the food turned out good, I was getting very, very frustrated with controlling the heat in my Primo. Is there anything you could do to help? Looking forward to your reply. Cheers, Mark from La Pine, Oregon. Cheers, Mark. Yeah, I'm gonna make this video for you, bro, and hope it will help you out. First of all, let's take a look at the charcoal. We are using lump charcoal, and as you can see, it's mostly bigger chunks, and that's what you want. You want to make sure that you're getting plenty of air circulation throughout this firebox. One of the things I want to point out are these vent holes in the firebox. I always make sure that I do not obstruct those when I'm setting up the charcoal. One thing to consider if you're getting down to the bottom of your lump charcoal bag is those little small crumbs of charcoal can actually plug up all these vents. Now today I'm going to be using a charcoal lighter, but often I'll use, a blowtorch, whatever. And what I'm going to do is just sort of dig a little hole here, put in my charcoal lighter like that. Get it lit. And I'm going to allow this to burn 8 to 10 minutes. What I want to do is make sure I have a nice established burn going on in that charcoal. Once I see that it's burning and it's not going to go out when I close the lid, we'll make those adjustments on the damper. Now, as far as the bottom draft cover is concerned, I have this fully opened. I want a lot of air getting in there, feeding this charcoal. I want to make sure that it gets going. All right, about 10 minutes have passed. As you can see, we now have a nice circle of burning lump. You can hear it popping. This is not going to go out. So now's the time when I like to put the wood on and just take the first piece and just kind of get the corner in there. The next piece, we'll put it back here somewhere. This will be plenty of wood for a nice 6-hour cook. It's going to be burning really slow here. So let's get those heat deflectors in. Now we'll get the racks in. Close the lid. Okay, this is where the way I set up a ceramic gets a little bit different than some of the ways you see out there. A lot of folks will just go ahead and fully open the top vent, leave that bottom damper completely open, and allow it to come up to around 200 degrees or so. I like to take a little bit more of a cautious approach. I like to start out with a very small little crescent. And then the daisy wheel I'll have about half open. As far as this bottom damper door here, I'll slide it, I don't know, about a half of an inch. Now we're just going to relax and allow that temperature to come up slowly. My goal is for it to land below 200 degrees, and then we're just going to use fine adjustments to bring it up to my target temp around 250 degrees. I'm setting this up for a long, low and slow cook. The worst thing you can do is to open up those vents and allow it to go past your target temperature, because believe me, these ceramic cookers are so efficient that ceramic gets saturated. Once it gets up to that higher temp, it doesn't want to come back down. What you have to do is close the dampers, then you're going to end up with stale smoke in there, and we do not want that. So, just going to relax, have a beer, and see you in a bit. All right, so it's been about 20 minutes or so, and we've locked in on a good 150 degrees, pretty stable there. Next thing I'm going to do, leaving that little crescent, we are going to open that daisy wheel fully opened. And we're just going to continue monitoring this. Again, baby steps. I want to build a really nice, strong foundation that's going to be very stable. All right, it's been another 15-20 minutes or so, and we've locked in at 200 degrees. Now we're going to make an adjustment on that bottom flue door. So we haven't made any adjustments on this since that initial adjustment. So we're going to open this up, maybe 1/4 of an inch, probably a little less. So we're just going to allow the temperature to keep slowly rising. Once it stabilizes, we'll adjust accordingly. All right, 15 minutes in and we are at 249 degrees. I'm going to make one more adjustment. As far as the top wheel, I'm going to close up this crescent, just leave these open here. Bottom door, take my pinky finger, my little finger, just about a little finger's width. All right, what we're doing now is just we want to stabilize the temperature at that 250 degrees. Basically, that thermometer was rising very, very slowly. We intercepted it just before it hit 250. We shut the air down just a little bit, and I'm hoping that'll stabilize it. I may have to adjust that daisy wheel just a little bit, just shut it back just a little bit before we start actually cooking. All right, I waited an additional 20 minutes. We are locked in now at 250 degrees. Very thin, transparent blue smoke coming out of the top stack. This tells me we have a very healthy burn. It's a very stable burn. So the next step would be to put the meat on. We're going to open the lid, put the meat on, get the lid closed quickly. You don't want to loiter with that lid open because you're just flooding all that oxygen in there. It's going to stoke the fire. Once the meat is on, expect a drop in the temperature. You just put that massive hunk of cold meat in there. It's going to bring the temperature down. Don't panic, just let it kind of stabilize. If you need to make some adjustments, make them. But again, very, very small adjustments, and you'll bring it back up to that 250 degrees easily. You just don't want it to go way past, and you don't want it to go up and down. You don't want spikes and drops in the temperature. Anyway, this is something that's just taken me hundreds of cooks to get dialed in. Again, I know it's a little bit different than some of the manufacturers' videos or instructions, but this is what works for me, and it's worked very well. The main thing is it's eliminated those headaches. It's just very stable. It takes a little longer maybe to get it dialed in, but it's worth the wait. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.